Senator Adams, a man who got a sizable number of votes from the Mira County, the Senate, and Honorable Andrew Maubi, who ran for Member of Parliament in Tutu South. I'll allow the ST to read this party statement and we make comments after that.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember very well when I assumed the position of Secretary General of this great party, I shared with you my vision, aspirations, and my desire to make our party bigger and greater, and even to accommodate those with divergent views and create a home for those with shared aspirations. Exactly 1 month later, I'm glad to report that we are pursuing that trajectory with zeal and zest. Today, I iterate that UDA party stands tall as the most attractive party in Kenya, in Kenya's present political architecture. We are the only party currently doing grassroots recruitment drive, and our numbers are extremely enviable. It is with this goal I iterate that UDA party stands tall as the most attractive party in Kenya, in Kenya's present political architecture. We are the only party currently doing grassroots recruitment drive, and our numbers are extremely enviable. It is with this boldness and renewed strength that I stand here today to welcome the Gusii Nation into UDA. Karibuni sana. I must also commend our party leader for the zealous strides. I must also commend our party leader for the zealous strides he is making to not only unite the country, but ensure that he actualizes equal distribution of resources enshrined in our Kenya Kwanza manifesto. Your Excellency, I strongly believe that the gains our party is witnessing today is as a result of the inspiration you gave to the people of Gusii in the just concluded development tour. Since these are your people, Your Excellency, it's my singular duty to once again welcome them, to welcome all of them to this vibrant party. Secondly, I want to thank our party membership spread across the country for remaining focused and steadfast in pursuit of our shared heritage and common purpose. To our leadership in both houses of the Senate and National Assembly, our governors and members of the County Assembly, I commend you for guiding our membership away from politics of distraction, vendetta, and laziness in the name of maandamano. Time for politicking is over. It is now time to work. Our Gusii are popularly known for their hard work. In Nairobi alone, they have dominated the matatu industry, sale of green farm produce, and even real estate. In fact, they even engage in small but key business of blending sugarcane, shoe shining, among other hustles, in the spirit of collectively building the nation. Indeed, our Gusii is a true hustler, and for this reason, I reiterate our deputy party leader's call for all our people to take advantage of the rains and affordable fertilizer to collectively engage in agribusiness projects that will foster eradication of hunger and help the country achieve food security. While we wait for our produce to mature in our farms, the government has licensed the importation of essential food commodities that will lower the cost of living. In the meantime, let us go to our shambas and work. We want to urge Kenyans to go to the farm and work, chakula haipandwi barabarani, chakula haipandwi kwa maandamano. Thirdly, and most fundamentally, I want to condemn in the strongest terms possible the act of lawlessness witnessed in Kibra, where a church and a mosque were vandalized and property destroyed. You remember also in Kisumu we had a pit stop bar in Kisumu being vandalized. We also condemn the lawlessness that witnessed in Spectra East Africa Company, Muimbi Mweusi Supermarket in Tasia. Innocent women have been raped in Mathare, and we've seen a lot of destruction in several parts of Kenya, including the Kenyatta family property in Northlands. As a Secretary General, I want to go on record that even those that we don't agree with politically have rights as Kenyans, and their rights and property must be respected. The recklessness and lawlessness we have witnessed in the recent past are attempts by our political distractors to sway us from the road of development. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall not go that route. Kenya is a mature democracy, and we shall be guided by the rule of law and the Constitution. We in UDA and Kenya Kwanza have a robust manifesto which we are meticulously implementing. We challenge Raila Odinga individually and collectively together with his troop to show Kenyans any single proposal or petition they have ever presented that has enumerated ways in which the cost of living can be lowered. The upshot of this is that maandamano is being used to destabilize our country and injure the economic recovery strategy being implemented by the Kenya Kwanza government. To this end, we call upon Mr. Odinga, Raila, and his supporters to give the other hard-working citizens an opportunity to work and create wealth. In the same breath, we call upon the Director of Criminal Investigation to move with speed and investigate the persons behind this barbaric act of lawlessness witnessed during the ill-intended maandamano called by our political rivals. DCI is further asked to deeply delve into the incident witnessed in the Northlands and Spectra East Africa. Specifically, DCI should find out if our political rivals stage-managed the invasion of the two properties to weave public emotions and create unnecessary friction between cohesive communities. We are privy to information which we verily believe to be true, that as Neo Brigade orchestrated the events in the Northlands property and Spectra East Africa, to blame it on the government, as you have already noticed. If you realize that Raila has never visited any property that has been vandalized out of maandamano until the property of Uhuru Kenyatta was vandalized and his personal property. So this is evidence enough that this whole saga was a state-managed saga, and we are calling upon DCI to ensure that he carries out deep investigation on this matter. We call upon all Kenyans, including my DC brothers here and sisters, to ignore the perennial proponents of divisive politics and go on with building the nation. We are urging Kenyans to ignore, and especially the youth who are being misused by our political rivals, to ignore the maandamano calls and go to work. You can only lower the cost of living by working for this nation. Our country and our government has provided ways in which we are going to provide employment for our young people. We are investing in the housing project, which is going to provide employment to over 2 million Kenyans, 2 million young people. We are in the season of planting. We want our young people to take advantage of subsidized fertilizer to go and farm. So mambo ya maandamano, tafadhali vijana tunawahimiza, haswa vijana ambao wanataka kujenga taifa letu, tafadhali wachaneni na maneno ya maandamano, mkue kama jamii ya Wakisii ambayo kule Kisii hakuna maandamano. Kisii sasa hivi wanapanda, sasa hivi Kisii wanapanda mboga, wanapanda miwa, wanapanda vyakula zote. Tungependa Wakenya wote waende kwa mashamba, waanze kulima, waache maneno ya maandamano. Otherwise, I want to ask our Kisii brothers to feel at home. Hii chama ni ya kila mtu na hakuna mgeni kwa hii chama. Hata mimi ni mgeni, nilikuwa hamjachelewa sana, ndio tumeanza kujenga chama na ni chama cha Wakenya. So now Honorable Soro will say something and then invite Governor and Senator to.
Thank you very much, ST. I'll be very brief because the ST has reiterated what we collectively wanted to say. But what you see here is a display of what depicts the clear picture on what is on the ground as far as Gusii politics is concerned. That the orange in Gusii is rotten, and it really cannot be resuscitated. It's very rotten, and people are moving across. That was also displayed last week when His Excellency the President visited our region, and you know, the display of the masses that turned out to welcome him was exactly parallel to what the masses that turned up to welcome the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, because he visited on or about the same period when the president was in Kisii. Governor Emeritus James Elvis Ongwae is not your cold boy in terms of the political terrain. He's a man that has been active in this political scene. You saw him run for the very first time for the first county seat in Kisii in 2013 and got a sizable number of votes, of course beating his closest opponent by about 200,000 votes then. In 2017, he again ran for the same seat and again won. Him moving, he's actually been a pillar for ODM over the years. That is why when he moves, he actually does not move as an individual. He moves as an institution. And that is why he has decided to repaint the offices that he was painting orange. He is now turned them yellow. So that clearly shows that Gusii has moved on, because Gusii people have refused to be used, have refused to be called upon for unnecessary malicious damage of property. I mean, really, how do you just destroy your own property in your own county and your own city, that you move out and burn tires in your very own roads? You throw stones at your own buildings. You have your own people missed out of their duties, like people are not waking up to work in some counties like Kisumu on some, during these mass, days. So we need to be very careful, and that is why the Gusii people collectively today want to say that we've moved to UDA, a party that appreciates peace, a party that appreciates hard work, and a party that refuses to be used. I sympathize with Governor Ongwae and Janet Ongera, our former women rep, that for 10 years they've been misused. Such brains were in the wrong place. You could not be having such brains. But at least now they have found a home. It's never too late. Now moving forward, we want to rebrand our party in Gusii. That we were doing not very bad in terms of membership. We were about at 49%. But now in another 1 or 2 months, with the input of these powerful brains and wonderful brains, we'll be able to get to about, our target is of course to get to about 95%. On the issue of what you guys have been seeing, the Northlands and such like that, for your own interest, as the members of the forest and the public, it will shock you, and you need to do your private investigations, that when Raila was issuing a statement about the attack on Spectre International and the Northland, it had not happened. He issued that statement in a public baraza in Kibra an hour before it happened. So how did he know? Is he a prophet? Clearly it shows that these were state money. He knew, he had sent his boys. Every person knows the owner of mass action. Every person knows the person who is known for mass action and mass destruction. Whatever that you saw Inspector International is an Azimio, drama, basic thing that they want to do for public display of sympathy. And they've been able to, some people have been able to buy that. The Abagusi community have been affected directly by this maandamano. We should not just be talking about Spectre and Northlands. We should actually condemn the entire protest in the entire country. Let's talk about our lady from Busi who lost her son in Maseno. We should also be talking about Mr. Kebaso who has just lost his bar. The previous night, the bar was actually banned. You can imagine that. And then you are being told here that we should be discussing about destruction of these things and matters to do with public holiday. When Raila Odinga declared a public holiday, he still had workers, Inspector International. So why were his workers not, on holiday? He told the people, the children of the poor and the people who do small businesses in town to go on holiday. But you saw people working Inspector International being told, you saw them on media saying, we were hard, we were almost being hard. Why were they there? Yet it's a holiday declared by the owner of Inspector International. I mean, you can imagine the irony of this whole thing. So we are saying as a community and as a party that the Inspector General Police should go to the deep root of this whole thing. Who planned the Inspector International attack? Who planned and funded the Northlands attack? Who planned and funded the Mwausi supermarket attack? Who planned the looting that happened at Kibra's Kebaso's bar in Kibra the previous night? And who banned the holy places, the mosque, the church in Kibra? Really, is this what Raila wants to live in this country? Is this what Raila wants to, the legacy that he wants to live in this country? Like, he's lost elections and he's now bitter. He wants to go down, not by himself, but with the entire country. Shame on you, Baba. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Secretary General. Thank you very much, Treasurer of this great party, Mr. Nyakundi, Honorable Nyakundi, and thank you very much, the Chief Whip of this great party. Members of the fourth estate, my brothers and sisters who have come here with me, probably I need to say that I've come here with Janet Ongera and about 40 members of the County Assembly from PC. Some are sitting members, others are standing members of the County Assembly from PC. They were former MCAs and so on. We've come here with a clear mind. First, let me thank His Excellency the President, Honorable Samuel Ruto, for accepting that we join this party. We had a meeting with him in Kisii. Let me thank his deputy, Excellency Gachagua, and let me thank the officers who are here in front. Let me say that I'm joining a party that's clear, a party that has matured, a party that appreciates endeavor. Myself and Janet have been in ODM I was in charge of ODM in Kisii for more than 10 years, mainly running, ensuring that the affairs are run. So whatever that was happening there, whatever the presidential candidate got, you can be 100% sure that he has a lot to do with it. Janet Ongera herself, she's coming here to talk. She was the executive director of ODM for 15 years. At one time, myself, I was chief campaign manager for, it was at that time. So we made a conscious decision to move to UDA, and we have said that we are going to work for this party to ensure that in Kisii is going to be fair. And I left ODM more than 6 months ago. I do not belong to any party. I'm now belonging.
Because once, together with the leadership from Kisii, led by our leaders who are here, we will
So far, to my left is Governor James Elvis Omariba Ugwai Emeritus. He is the very first governor of Kisii County. And he is the leader of this delegation today. Now to the Honorable Senator Janet Fogera, our former member, and about 8 elected members of the county assembly from Kisii, and about 35 former members of the county assembly, Kisii and Nyamira. And then we have, actually Kisii only, and then we have Senator Adams, a man who got a sizable number of votes from Nyamira County, that's Senate, and Honorable Andrew Maubi, who ran for member of Parliament in Tutuchache South. And allow the SG to read his party statement and we make comments after that.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember very well when I assumed the position of Secretary General to collectively engage in agribusiness projects that will foster eradication of information, which we verily believe to be true, that as Neo Brigade orchestrated the events in the Northlands property and Spectra East Africa, to blame it on the government, as you have already noticed. If you realize that Raila has never visited any property that has been vandalized out of Mandamani until the property of Uhuru Kenyatta was vandalized and his personal property. So this is evidence enough that